Friends, let me tell you a story, not just of a man, but of the unshakable power of obedience to God. My name is Noah, and my life is a testimony of faith that defied logic, ridicule, and the storms of life itself. I lived in a time when the earth was filled with wickedness, where humanity had abandoned the Creator. It broke God's heart, and He made a decision. The world would face judgment, but even in His wrath, He showed grace. He chose me, an ordinary man, not because I was perfect, but because I was willing to listen and obey. When God told me to build an ark, it made no sense. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. My neighbors mocked me. My friends doubted me. My own family probably thought I had lost my mind at times. Have you ever been in a place where following God's voice made you look foolish? That's the cost of obedience. Day by day, plank by plank, I built that ark. Not knowing when or how the rain would come, but trusting that if God said it, it would happen. And when the skies opened and the rain began to fall, I realized the ark wasn't just a vessel. It was a symbol of God's salvation. In that moment, as the floodwaters rose, I didn't think about the mocking voices. I thought about the promise of God's faithfulness. Friends, are you building your ark? Are you preparing for the storms of life by standing firm in His word, even when the world mocks you? Life in the ark wasn't easy. The storm raged for 40 days, but we stayed inside for over a year. Have you ever been in a season where it felt like the storm would never end? When you're trapped, isolated, and waiting for God to move? Let me tell you, hold on. The same God who shuts the door will open it in His perfect timing. When the waters receded and I stepped onto dry land, the first thing I did was build an altar. I didn't thank myself for my hard work. I didn't pat myself on the back for enduring the storm. I worshiped God because He alone deserves the glory. But let me warn you, even after the storm, life doesn't become perfect. I stumbled. I failed. I was human, yet God remained faithful. He set a rainbow in the sky, a covenant that He would never destroy the earth by flood again. That rainbow wasn't just for me. It's for you too. A reminder that even when the world feels like it's falling apart, God's promises stand firm. So I ask you today, will you trust Him? Will you obey Him even when it makes no sense? And when the rain stops and the sun shines again, will you give Him the glory? Friends, God is calling you to something greater. The question is, will you listen?